You are listening to the Urban Sports Scene with Wole and Ray. It's time for HBCU Corner. We have a special guest in the building right now. We have Coppin State's women's basketball coach, Jermaine Woods. What's up, Coach Woods, and welcome to HBCU Corner with the Urban Sports Scene.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing, man? I really want to say thank you for having me on. As you guys have heard me speak before, any coverage of women's basketball is important for me, so I'm willing to do anything if we can cover this game, man. We have a special game, so thank you guys for allowing me to be on this platform.
Coach, thanks for being on. Before we get into our HBCU talk, I'm a Be More fan of the food out there. So what's your favorite Be More restaurant eating spot?
Lock Bar.
Okay.
Lock Bar, my favorite spot. You know what's crazy is I'm allergic to shellfish.
Okay.
I can't really eat. I can't do too much seafood. So that's the hurt.
Really?
Right? No crab cakes.
Dang.
Lock Bar is my little spot, man. My little spot I go to, after the games, just to sit back, wind down, have a beer, have me a sandwich. The mac and cheese and the Brussels sprouts are good. That's my go-to. I go there. If you go in there with me, they're gonna know us. You know what I mean?
Okay. Where's it at though? If even weird, like what street? Where's it at?
Right by the Marriott. So it's connected to the Four Seasons. So as of the Four Seasons, right there on the water. Right on the harbor.
So you okay? Oh, in the
So
harbor side. Okay. Like I do Golden Dragon though. I do Golden Dragon. I'll be in the hood. I go to Golden Dragon. I'll be in the hood.
I ain't Golden Dragon yet.
Yeah. We was out there at Top Golf and Horseshoe last time I was there. So I ain't been to your spot yet. We got connections at the Marriott though, so we might have to hit that up.
No lies tell we do
got Lock Bar pretty decent, man. You'll like it, I'm telling you.
For real? All right, cool.
Okay. All
right, so Coach, let's get into the actual, MEACs. So let's talk about the tournament itself. In your first season, you were eliminated by Central in the quarterfinals. That team was 8-22. This year, in your second year, you went in your second season, you went 12-17, and you beat the University of Maryland to shore in the semis. The vibe was different. That team was hype. How are you feeling about the growth of your program from year one to year two?
Phenomenal, man. You made a good point, man. When we went into my first season as a head coach, we thought we would have Aaliyah Lawson and Jay Alexander, the player of the year and first team all conference. And they both succumbed to injuries, man, that didn't allow them to play that year. And more importantly, Jay was coming back. Thought we had her. She had the surgery. And it wasn't right for her. It would have been not fair to her to continue her basketball career to come back early. Then Aaliyah, had a couple MRIs after the season around like July, August, and it wasn't right, and so then recruiting's over, right? We were already recruited. We didn't have any scholarships because we thought we was bringing the entire team back. And then we didn't have two of your best players. And so we forced Jewel and Maz into positions that they never seen before. At this level, at the high school level, obviously they both were great, but we asked them to do everything that year, and it just warmed out a little bit, just warmed down. But one thing I will say, I love that team. Though we competed. Like if you go back and watch our non-conference schedule, it's brutal, but we won every game. We competed like heck, just couldn't cross the finish line. And then to this year, we brought in 8 new players, and I think we played 7 guarantee games. So our schedule's a little skewed because we play so many guarantee games. And like I said in the press conference, that's not something that my AD makes me do, though. I want to schedule that way, but not again this year, though. I'm changing a little bit so we can get some non-conference wins, man. Just to see, to go from 8 to what? We finished with 13 wins or whatever that was. And just to see the growth of this team during a year. Like we finished the year off in a positive way. Obviously, lost to Norfolk State wasn't ideal, but they beat us bad. They beat us. They did a good job. We were tired too. But I'm so proud of those kids for the fight and the commitment that they had this year.
Right now we went to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, so we were kind of, when we were at the MEAC tournament, we were kind of hyped. But I came out very impressed with your defensive style because it just seemed like, and we talked to Coach Batchelor after the game, like you guys really confused their offense in terms of like how you would get out of zone, your zone coverages and whatnot. Yeah. Can you just talk about like that, just game planning for that game?
Yeah, I couldn't answer you then at the.
I know. I remember we chatted.
I remember the question though.
Yeah.
So what we did, man, is like when I don't think I lost to Eastern Shore at home, but we always get slapped by like 20 there or more at Eastern Shore, right? And I thought that they bullied us. And I don't use that word in a bad way though.
Yeah,
right.
They were physical. They played harder than us, and they made sure we felt them, right? And so game planning for that game, our entire mantra was toughness. Like I think we have a more skilled team than them, but they were tougher than us. So I tell my woman, if we can match teams' toughness, our skill to take over with most teams in our conference. And we did at that game. So what we were in is we called it hawk. I don't know if you kept saying hawk. So we were in man, but when they caught the ball on the ball screen, we called it hawk. And we went to a 2-3 zone.
Yeah,
and so now the roll rise doesn't work anymore. So we not only took away the ball handler, we also took away Mahogany from making that mid-range jump shot because we're staying right there waiting for her. Then when they passed the ball again, we went back to Eagle, which was man again. Right?
Yeah.
So went one-on-one, we just what we call plug. And we just plugged all the gaps and tried to make them shoot threes. And we had a long time to prepare, man. And we really put all our eggs into that basket, man. And we changed the way we practice. We practiced harder than we ever did for the past 4 weeks of the season, 3 weeks of the season. And it showed that game.
Yeah, it was a well-coached game. It really was. Like I watched it. When I was writing my notes and watched it again, I was like, oh snap! Like it's man, but it switched up. Like, it's not even real. It's not even like real man. I was like, oh,
hey, we're probably in a 25, 30-second shot clock. You probably see man once, zone twice, or zone twice once in the same possession. That was impressive. Think about it. I mean, I could come up with that scheme, but the young ladies have to execute that thing.
Yeah, they did a great job, man. They did a great job.
And we sitting with some Coppin folks. They're like, our best player in foul trouble. They're gonna attack her in the second half. Were you worried about that to a degree?
And I tweeted this. So I want to say it might have been Alabama's coach, Oaks. He's a very analytical guy, and they kept saying. So the tweet was, I think, by Jeff Goodman or somebody. He taught math, and so he uses analytics, like with fouls. Well, I taught math for 8 years, from algebra 1 to all the way to AP calculus.
Wow.
So I'm a math guy as well. That was my job before I became a coach, right? A math teacher. And so I don't believe in getting your players 2 fouls and sitting them down. I let Layla and Faith play with 2 fouls. I didn't take them out. Now Faith got her 3rd one, so we had to get her out. But Layla played the whole game.
Shit.
Like we put her down with 2 fouls. What's the probability of a player fouling out just because they got 2 fouls in the first half? They usually end with 3 or 4, but we sit them for 10 minutes. So we're guarding our players better than the opponent. And so I refuse to play defense on my own team. So Layla played with 4 fouls the whole 4th quarter.
I know. Hey, listen, you did well in Vegas. I know you're a gambler. I that probability thing is real. Because I'm thinking the opposite, to be honest with you.
I refuse to get on the tables, though, man. I won't do it. I'm so cheap, man. I don't want to lose $50, man. I'm cheap, man. I don't get it. That's the truth.
All right.
Well, Ray, you know how to gamble.
We gotta get that contract extension, man. When you get a probability, you can make some money, man. We'll help y'all. We'll front you. You just gotta do the work. But to be honest, seeing your team last season, of course, seeing them this year from early on, I told my man Wole, I was like, this is a different Coppin team. I saw it off the jump. But in your opinion, how long did it take to develop that chemistry with just some new pieces coming in and, like you said, coming back from some injuries? How'd that work out?
We didn't really get it all the way. I know we got a few good wins, like we beat Pitt and FIU, but it still wasn't the chemistry, right? And so we really didn't get it until, after the LSU game, going into that Duke game, and like those 2 games we just kind of sat down with each other and they kind of prepared us. But, before then, man, we had different people with different agendas, and we just couldn't get it all together quite. And we lost some close ones, and we got punched in the mouth a few times. But I think after the LSU game and seeing that crowd and seeing what we could be, kind of got everybody on the same page, and we kind of came together. But then we lost ourselves a little bit too, because they don't know each other. And like we went on that 4-game losing streak during during the season, it was some things that we had to take care of internally, and then we fixed those again. And then we won another winning streak. So it was a kind of up and down season, but if you watch us on film, you know we're gonna compete every single game without a doubt. So
Oh, for sure. And during the regular season, you played Norfolk pretty tough. You only lost by 8 at their house. So I was thinking that would give you confidence heading into that semifinals matchup at the MEAC tournament. Was your game plan different? Like, what went wrong in that game?
no, I'm gonna tell you, Vickers did a great job. He fixed some things in his offense. He changed a few things, and we do what we call a spy, but we couldn't really spy because their 4 was around the basket. And so we usually don't guard their 4s. We don't guard their 4s at all. We want them to shoot the ball. But he did something else. He had Diamond coming off pin downs and flares most of the game instead of the ball screen action, which was really good. But then you got to pick your poison. So now you're playing ball screen coverage or pin downs with Kiara Wheeler, who can get in that slot and make that shot.
Yeah.
And then Diamond just vengeance, man. Diamond, my dog. She's my dog though. So she saw a post and she said, you know, I put up a post after we beat Eastern Shore, and she thought she heard dime time or whatever. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but she made us pay for it for sure. Angel was, and I can say it now. So Angel was hurt, ankle. She's out right now. Layla, both Layla had needle in that night in her knees, both her knees that night.
Oh wow, okay.
Because we put all our eggs at Eastern Shore, as you can tell.
Yeah.
That's what Wole said after the game. He said because you said that at the press conference. You was like, I'm glad we played them. You was excited. He was like, I think they focused too much on each other.
I wanted that game. We wanted that matchup. Like
I know,
guys, Mars is having surgery on Wednesday. She played with a torn labrum. So this not me making excuses. Just
no.
Yeah. So, but they made us look bad too, though. Like they beat us now. And you know, to be honest with you, I want to win every game, but I saw growth on my team and next year better prepared.
So I know we talked prior to coming on. I made a Vegas reference. Are you into boxing at all? I'll explain in a minute. Do you like boxing? You know who Tank is. I mean, you work in Baltimore. So.
Yeah, we got a few guys from the hometown. Obviously, Sweet Pea is from Norfolk, Virginia. My mom went to school with him. Nice. But, you know, my wife taught the Davis brothers, Keyshawn and Kelvin. She taught them at Lafayette Middle School.
Nice.
And so we followed them. They're doing really well, especially Keyshawn, man. And we're proud of them. But she taught those guys. So we follow boxing a lot, being that boxing is big in Norfolk, Virginia, where I'm from.
Oh, yeah. Perfect then. Perfect segue because you remember Javante after he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz. He said, ain't no safety on this block. And I'm thinking about Jewel Watkins and how she used to just she used to let them things go. I told Wole after they played Howard, I was like, homegirl don't have no conscience, man. But when she get hot, she's hard to stop. I mean, she single-handedly brought y'all back in that Howard game the year before last. I was just wondering, losing a high volume scorer like her in the transfer portal, did you have to like establish a new identity with this year's group?
Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough one because, you know, when she came to us, like she didn't have anything, any offers, right? And we developed her, man. I thought we did a good job. I thought we needed one more year with her, but she's a daughter to me. I love Jewel. And so when Jewel went in the portal, it was a mutual agreement with us, like, I'm going to still help you. So this is really odd, but this is true, and you can ask Jewel. Jewel worked out with us the whole offseason while she was in the portal looking for schools.
Wow.
Strength and conditioning and on the court. Because, like, if you're going to leave and you were loyal to me and you came into it, coach, listen, I'm going to go 2 years with you, and I'm going to see can I do something different and try to go higher. If you tell me that, that's honest. I can appreciate that. And so we got her stronger. We got her better. She worked out with us all the time. And she used the locker room. Like, it wasn't any drop off with her. We talk to this day, man. I love you. She's back in the portal now, wishing her the best. But we missed her this year. I think that was the one piece that we were missing. Like that, if we would have brought Jewel and Hope Evans back, oh my goodness.
That shooter, boy.
Yeah, we really made me have memories, man. That one. So now you got TK on one side, you got Jewel on the other side. You know, you got Faith. But Jewel wasn't just a shooter; she was a rebounder as well, right? And she guarded fours, and she was tough. So that was a big loss for us for sure. But definitely was happy for her and wanted the best for her. So we never stopped communicating. Still communicate to this day.
That is dope. We'll just talk about the current star, man. You're forward, Layla Lawrence. You talked about her earlier. Made MEAC first team. I mean, to me, she's a big threat down low. Can you talk about her play this season, and also how can she take her game to the next level next season?
That's what it is right there. You said something. We'll address the latter part first. We definitely got to expand her game, but in order to do that, we got to get her help, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you notice, every team is throwing a big after big after big. She's competing against 3 bigs a game. So that's what we're doing right now in the portal, is trying to bring in forwards so we can have them play beside Layla so she can have help so she can't get bruised up the whole game. So that's going to help her. But what you haven't seen and you guys haven't seen yet is Layla can shoot. We're going to turn Layla to a 3-point threat. And so that's what we're going to work on all season. And also, one of the main things she does is she finishes too skinny. And so when she finishes, her base is too tight and she gets bumped. And when she gets hit, she kind of frails. And so we got to get her base wider so she can finish strong with her feet shoulder width apart versus together. So we're going to work on that. But in saying all of that, how about the year she had, though?
Yeah.
A double-double machine. When she walks in the game with a double-double, she's a beast. I always get pissed off at her because she rebounds inside the dummy circle is what I call it. But she gets 17, 18 rebounds, so I got to shut up, right? So I let her do her thing. But we're definitely going to expand her game. She is coming back.
That's great.
This era is tough because, I mean, we're naming the Porter guys. I mean, come on. Like, we know. Yeah. But that's my relationship I have with her and her family, though, as well. So she's coming back, and we're happy about that. But we definitely got to expand her game. You saw a little bit of it against.
I did. She got a J. Like I said, she got a J. Yeah, she got a J. I've been watching. I was watching. I was talking Ray. This is the first time I actually got to see her, and I was like, oh, she nasty. She got touch, and she got touch with a J, and she can finish around the basket. I'm like, oh,
she wouldn't shoot all year. Don't let Landon. We work on it every day. Like, and then she brought it out at the right time. So happy to have her back, man. Really gonna be a big part for us.
Well, let me tell you, obviously Morgan, that's your crosstown rivals. We love all our schools. They wanted her. That's all they talk about when they play job, man. We wanted her, man. We wanted her to come here. So it's interesting that you got her, man. You continue to develop her, and we haven't even seen the best of her yet because of all that you identified about her game, man, which is dope. And she got that experience. You referenced the LSU game. I know you, again, talked about it a little bit, but I just wanted you to expand as to how that benefited your team, because from the outside vantage point, it looked like a Angel Reese homecoming, in terms of just how the media covered it. But, how'd that work out for your program, and what did your girls learn from it? You as coaches.
So I'm an Angel Reese fan. Like, I tweet about it. Like, they tried to villainize her. And I said on my Twitter, I'll take 15 of her. She competes. She lets you know about it, but she competes. Nobody plays harder than her. People play as hard, but nobody plays harder than her. And so when we went into the game knowing it was an Angel Reese homecoming, we were cool with that.
Okay.
We wanted to be good for women's basketball. And so what we did was, a good friend of mine, Audrey Smith, in the KL Foundation, we had the KL piece, which is the first ever KL game as well, the HBCU. So we added and then, like, LSU was very gracious, man, and treated us great. They came in town, talked to Kim for a while, talked to Bob Starkey. And so it was never really it's the Angel Reese homecoming. All right, we'll accept that, but at least we get to be seen as well. And so, and that was the thing. Absolutely. So we may be coming to cover Angel, but it's going to be my 12 young ladies out there as well. And so they accepted that. And it was sold out, man. It was a great atmosphere. The girls after the game, they were a little banged up, but they just loved to compete. They saw that we can do some things on offense that they didn't know we can do against a really good team, although the score was what it was. But for a few moments, man, we were actually in the game, right? And showed that we can play. Layla played well. TK shot the match out the ball. So that didn't break our backs. A game like that can break you, man, if you let it. But you just got to embrace it. You got LSU, the defending national champions, on North Avenue. You know what that did for our budget?
That was huge. Yeah.
So, and as a coach, I just learned that every game plan got to be different. Everybody got mad because we ran some offense, ran the same thing. We held the ball the whole clock, but we didn't get beat by 80. So that you want to do the best for your team, man. And I really enjoyed the atmosphere. You know, Kim walked after the game, signed my jacket. People didn't like it. Some people did, my pink jacket. But it got auctioned off to the KI Foundation. My players left that game with confidence, knowing they can move against players like that. So it was good for us, man. It was good.
Here's dope, though, real quick, Wole, my bad. It was a lot of little girls in that game, man. A lot of little girls, like young girls.
And see, I think that's the part that people miss. Like, for me, my career is not going to be defined off wins and losses internally. That's what everybody else can see. But nobody can see the relationship that I build. You know, how I treat my girls. You know, how I spend my own money on meals. We eat steak twice a day on the road. You know what I'm saying? And so my relationship's going to be, when they leave me, they still call me. As a Jewel Watkins, who I talk to all the time, who tells me she loves me. And that's my Marty Staples, my favorite player I ever coached in my life. She's gonna be my grad assistant. She wants to be around me. It's Layla Lawrence, who can go to almost anywhere, who's coming back. Angel Jones. Like, those are the things that, like, I want, you know, and I want to leave my legacy as. Now the wins and losses will take care of themselves. They say I moved to like 5th all time in the history of Coppin. I don't know how many wins I got, but hey, it is what it is.
I love it. So wait. So Coach Folks was hating on you for the signed jacket? For real?
Yeah, man. She signed my jacket to get auctioned off, man. So
interesting.
So it's a big deal, man. Kim Walkie treat us really good, guys. Seriously. They treat us good. They did.
And I can't imagine folks hating on that. That's such a good environment. You know, it is what it is.
We had a press room full of people, man. It was phenomenal, man. Anybody else say anything different, that's on them. Again, people gonna have all the noise they want to say, but you know, I do it all over again, a heartbeat. And they helped us out, man. I can't give you the exact number that we made, man, but that's a big deal. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's hot in this house.
So, hey, Coach, as a Norfolk alum, are you looking to their model program similarly?
Why wouldn't I, right? That's it the right way, man. That guy, he has it figured out, man. He has it figured out. And we lost a key piece to our puzzle when we lost Colleen Buckner this year. That's 8 rebounds a game, 8 points, 8 rebounds. You can't replace that. And so that kind of hurt the model, but that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say I can look up to Larry Vickers and how he runs his program. And if you don't, then that's on you. If you're in our conference, because he's a winner. And so, you know, I do look at them and see, you know, what can I do to catch them, right? Because that's where they go. I mean, he's the champion, man, and they get everybody back, man. So, you know, it's gonna be tough again. So it's gonna be tough. And he can coach basketball. He's good too. So.
And speaking of just coaches in general, can you just talk about like the strength of coaches in the women's MEAC game? Like, I just felt like your coaches, the coaches have just improved and gotten better, and the division's the conference getting tougher.
It's funny you said that. This was like this year right here. I was like, yo, you got to go in every game and prepare, man. These coaches are really putting the time and the work into coaching. You know, I started my career in the ACC at Virginia Tech, so I was coaching Hall of Fame coaches. That was at Old Dominion, Conference USA, back to Wake Forest. So I've coached against Westmore, who's in the Final Four. Jeff Walsh, assistant coach, Muffin McGraw. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Brooks. So I've seen coaching, and I can tell you this: the way that our coaches and me prepare is high level. It's high level. It's high level, and if you don't prepare, you're gonna lose, and that could be with anybody. So kudos to the coaches for putting that time in and taking it seriously and making our conference a conference that people need to watch out for.
Well, Coach, I mean, you talked about how proud you are of coaching, you know, women's basketball earlier. Yeah. You also talk about just how proud are you of coaching HBCU women's basketball, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I don't have everybody asks what's my goal. You know, I like who I am. My AD is amazing. President is phenomenal. I like the community now, man. I don't really have that goal of like reaching this mountaintop of basketball. You know, I just want to keep impacting the lives of young people that want to be impacted. And I think at the HBCU level, for me, it's small, it's nurturing, it's a family, and you can really get student athletes that you can impact, man, that's looking to be impacted, I should say. And I enjoyed that part of it, man. Just, you know, watching them grow. I'll have my first 4-year player in my career at Kaya Jenkins next year. Be the first time, I love her to death. She doesn't play a lot, but she's one of my favorite. And to have that relationship and bond, and we talk about everything, is cool. We had a recruit on campus last week and we have a chicken fried Wednesdays, fried chicken Wednesday. I say chicken fried Wednesday, right? And we in the cafeteria eating, and she just looking at the girls like, dang, y'all talk this around y'all coach? Y'all this free? Yeah. Now, on the court, I'm a whole different animal, but off the court,
of course.
like my girls say, Coach, man, you might be bipolar. I say, why you say that? They say, that's fussed me out. And soon the project over, you want to laugh and joke with me. I say, yeah, because it's not personal. It's just basketball, right? That's the HBCU thing for me, man, just being able to, impact these women's lives. And, the one thing I tell them, and I tell recruits this all as well, I can't teach you how to be a woman. I have no idea how to do that. But what I can do is give you a voice so you can stand up to the man in this world who are in high places in this world. And I can give you that voice to show you that you can communicate back because you are somebody. And when people say dumb stuff to you, you got a right to say it back. And so I allow my players to say things back. If they feel like saying something off the wall, well, you get to say something back in a respectful way. But it's really just giving them a voice and understanding that in order to make it, you got to be able to stand up for yourself as a woman and not get taken advantage of. And that's kind of what I preach in my program.
Well, Coach, man, this has been amazing. It's been great. Before we let you go, is there anything you would like to add?
Yeah, man, just whoever out there listening, man, the goal is to create good people first, good students, and then the basketball will fall into place, man. If you can keep the things in that order and keep the main thing, we can help develop all these young people out here, man and woman. So, if you listen to that, man, just keep showing these people and pouring into their cup, man. And because whatever we're putting into their cup, man, adversity reveals character. It doesn't necessarily build character. And so every day I get a chance to put something into their cup because when it's tilted, that's what's going to come out is who they are. And so my job is to put positivity in their cup, love, respect, nurturing, family, loyalty. And so those are things I try to preach and pour into their cup, man. So everybody just keep pouring into these young people cups, and so the world can be a better place.
Dope. Hey, Coach Woods, thanks for being on HBCU Corner with the Urban Sports Team. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate. I got my cell number too, so hit me anytime.
That's what I said, man. Lock us in now. If you follow us, you know what we do. So, hey, don't be a stranger, my brother. We love all our coaches.
Locked in.
All right. Appreciate you.